Good morning, everybody. Whew, it was a busy morning here, like none other. We ended up just having some coffee this morning, and I started to come down here to prepare for my live, and I had a few little mishaps, and I'll tell you about them when we get going. But thank you so much for watching me this morning. I am Eileen with Jane Nicole Designs, and coming to you from the beautiful snowy, I don't know if you can see it out in the back, but the panhandle of Idaho is blanketed with snow, and we actually are getting some on the way this evening and into tomorrow, so we may have a little bit of a few inches in the next 24 hours or so. But welcome this morning, and we are going to do something a little bit different than crafting. I am going to be having a New Year's Eve party, and my festivities of Christmas have actually gone a little bit longer than I thought, and so I haven't had time to prepare for that. And so I thought that it would be super fun for you guys to kind of just watch and see what I do when I'm going to be putting together a party get together. And I like to do a special kind of just a special touch for each person so that they feel welcome. I love to host, and I love to cook for people and entertain. So today I'm going to be showing you how I would be able to get ready for a party doing decoration wise. So good morning, Abby. It's good to see ya. And so I'm just gonna wait for a second or two, let a few more people come on, and then we will get started. But where we are going, this is my display in the back. All it does is have a tray and a couple trees there. So hopefully by the end of today's live, we will be able to have a tablescape ready and some place settings and things like that. I'm going to be using vinyl. I'm going to be using glitter and glitter paper, and just kind of putting a theme together of New Year's. So, and just right off the bat, I got some new Jane Nicole Designs wear in my Etsy shop. So if you go to janenicoledesigns.com, it goes right to my Etsy shop, and you can purchase these. So it will be changing as far as seasons. This is going to be the winter season and kind of hunting season. We have the buck on the little Jane Nicole Designs, and then I will be changing that out due to seasons. So keep an eye on what I have in my Etsy shop as far as my Jane Nicole Design wear. So, okay, we are gonna get started. It's good to see everybody on there. So what I did this year is I decided to kind of keep on with my Christmas themes, because I still have some of my Christmas stuff up. My tree is still up, and so I want to make sure that it kind of matches. Abby, my daughter, she did a gold and silver and black and white theme in my house for my Christmas tree, and decided that I'm going to just kind of keep that going along with the New Year's. So I found this is going to be a kind of our base that we're going to go off of. This is a glittery Happy New Year's. I got this at a thrift store for like, see, that's backwards, but I'm going to give you guys a Happy New Year. I found it at a thrift store for a few dollars. So this was kind of my inspiration in deciding what I was going to do. So I'm going to put that just right here. Let's see, should I do it backwards? Nah, we'll just do it my way. So I'm going to put that just right here. And we'll lay that down until I'm actually going to put it on something. So, okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I want to be able to have kind of an outdoors theme. We in Idaho do flannel and hunting and things like that. So I want the outdoorsy theme to go in there. How's it going? Good to see you, Sharon. So I went to the dollar store and got this little foam, and I'm going to make it in this little triangle here. I'm going to make it into a tree. And so what I did is I have a couple different ways and little tips and tricks for you to be able to do this project fast, quick. And the first one here is I took my Cricut and I put a circle in here. It's like a 1/2 inch circle. And I just said fill up the page, and I just clicked. And that totally cut that out for me. So when I'm gonna be using my project, I don't have to worry about that. If you don't have a Cricut, not everybody does, but this I also used here. I took a piece of glitter paper. This is black glitter paper, and it's pretty thin. This is close to my heart. They have a pack of glitter paper, so I just took that from there, and then I started just punching each of the little holes out here. So, like I said, you can do that, and then I just kept going. And after I went down the line, I cut it off because it's kind of hard to be able to make sure that it gets all in there. But there's a few of them that I have that, if you can see, there's a little bit of stuff off there, and that is okay for this project. So we are gonna do that. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is just kind of, I have two different colors. I'm gonna do the black, and then I'm gonna do the white. And they are a little bit different in size, which is okay, because on this project, I'm gonna kind of just play it by ear. So the first row I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the black around the top. And some people, they go from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top. And this today, I'm actually going to do from the bottom to the top. And then I'm actually gonna leave a little bit around for a surprise. So go ahead, and I'm just gonna use my glue gun and make sure that I have it on floral setting, and that's the less heat. And the reason for that is that this is styrofoam, and I don't want to have it too hot for the styrofoam. There we go. And I'm just gonna go ahead and overlap it a little bit. And I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go around. And you could, if you wanted to, you could take the circles and you could put them on or roll them on a pencil or something that's round. And you could actually flare them up because, you know, sometimes that's really beautiful. You can take a little bit thinner paper because this is cardstock, so it's not gonna be as, pliable, but you could take all sorts of different colors and types of paper and do it that way. So I'm just going to keep going here, and while you're watching, let me know where you're watching from, and also how was your Christmas? Did you end up, we ended up getting snow, so we kind of did a little bit of the stay inside kind of thing. But my daughter Emma and her husband Evan came over from Washington, and we got to do some, hold on here. We got to do some games and things like that. So good morning, Joy. It's good to see that you're watching. Did you guys get snow? We got some snow and a little bit of some wind, and ended up having some ice and whatnot. So let me know how your Christmas went. Did Santa come and was he good to you this year? I think for us, we had a super wonderful visit, and the cool thing is that my daughter Emma is into, she's a professional groomer, and we have her puppy dog here at the house, and she was able to hang out with her dog, and that was the biggest fun, being able to have her hang out with her best friend, puppy-wise. So, okay, so I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna go around here. And I am going to, do you see how that is? It's a little, I'm gonna just alternate it. And you can push it on there as tight as you want. I actually am not gonna push it on there that tight because I wanna make sure that it has a little bit of bow in the paper. And then I'm gonna overlap it just like that. And oh, it is lots of glue day today, it looks like. There we go. And as it curves around, you're gonna take a little bit more time and make sure, let's get a little bit more on there, make sure that your pieces stay on. And then I just tuck it in a little bit there so that each one can just lay on itself. And then the last one, what we'll do is we'll make sure that it goes into both sides. But isn't this fun? I like I said, it's a dollar store and a tree and a couple, like about 12 inches of paper. There we go. And you do kind of have to watch and make sure that the circles or whatever do not go up and down too far. You got to make sure that it's straight. Otherwise, it may look a little bit wonky. And we wanted to not necessarily make it look like a something that you get at the store. I like the homemade look, but also we want to make sure that it stays together as well. And like I said, the white ones are a little bit bigger, so you can push and mold them where you'd like them to be. So I'm just making sure that each one of these is a little bit hanging over the side there. Let me get, hold on. I ended up touching it, and that's why I have it on the, I have it on the floral setting, because I don't want to burn myself with these. And I have a knack for burning myself, so I want to make sure that I have it on the floral setting. And this glue gun here, this is my ever failing, non-failing, I should say, Gorilla. And I got it at Walmart, and it is so nice. I had one that was one of those high temps, and that's what it was. And I burned myself so many times that I just gave up on using a glue gun. And then I found this one at Walmart, $14. And I was like, absolutely, I will pick this one up. Okay, so now we're gonna push it down, make sure that these little pieces, and then I'll show you what I'm gonna do, because you can see I have lots of these little spider webs, I call them. And I will show you what happens when we get lots of spider webs in our projects, and how to get rid of that. When I do floral arrangements and things like that, they are all over the place. And not that you wouldn't want to give a gift that has that on there, but you want to make sure that your project is looking a little bit more professional than homemade. And so that's a really good way to be able to do that. Okay, so we're just about getting ready for the home stretch. Just see how it's just kind of coming along. It's not one of those things where I'm looking at to make it super perfect and that's all it is. I just want to give another little dimension on my tablescape. And so I just thought, you know what, this is a great idea to be able to use up some of my, this paper is pretty old, so I wanted to be able to use it up. Let's see, let's push it down a little bit. And like I said, this is only one piece of 12 by 12 paper, so it's nice to be able to just use up some of those extras. Okay. All right. Say, I'm just looking at your comments. Good to see you, Amanda. Awesome. How was your Christmas, you guys? Are you taking your Christmas stuff down already? I have not. I think it turned out so beautiful this year that I'm going to keep mine up a little bit longer than the usual. So, all right. Now, we're going to take ones at the top here that are pretty well round. And I'm going to make sure, I'm going to put, let's just do it this way. I'm going to make sure, I'm going to put something at the top of this. So I may cut this off a little bit at the top. Looks like I'm going to need to just put it on the pieces. Absolutely. There we go. And see how you just go ahead and round it off. And I'm going to start giving it a little bit of glue on the sides because this is pretty small here. There we go. And you could actually just keep going up as high as you can and putting I might even just put the black piece on and do like a little tent. But like I said, this is whatever you would like to make it. But I think for me, let's see what we can do here. We're going to be going on the fly for just a second here. Yep. And I will get rid of those glue webs as soon as I'm ready to be done with this. So let me get some more glue. One thing about glue guns and being able to use the floral setting, it is very nice so you don't burn your fingers. So see how I did that? I'm just going to make a little tent. It looks like I need 4 of them. Let's do one that's not, there we go. That is not missing a piece. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take it, push it up to the top, and so I'm just gonna make a little, almost like a rosebud. If you were to flip it over that way, you could start, this is how you would actually make a paper rose. Okay. Perfect. And then, yep, we can just set it on the top. Okay, that is beautiful. I love how that turned out. Okay, put it on the top there. All right, so see, that's gonna be my little tree. It only took me, what, a few minutes to do that. And here is the secret to glue gun spider webs. A hairdryer. So it's gonna be loud for just a second, but what it does is the heat from the hairdryer takes those little spider webs and actually melts them. Okay, so now I don't have all those spider webs. They are good, awesome, ready for the next thing. So, all right, this is just about ready. I think the hairdryer made it a little bit warm and so it popped the glue. Okay, so we're done with our well, no, one more thing. We want to make sure that we kind of have a little bit of fun going on. So I had these, see if I can get them out without, there we go. I had these from my Christmas gnome that we made last week and not finished with them yet. So I'm going to repurpose them and we are just going to get this is my handy dandy floral, and I'm just going to pop them off like that. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. And I'm going to make sure that it kind of sticks around there. And we are going to put a little bit of a little bit of bling around the bottom. So I'm not going to put them too close together because I don't know if I'll have enough kind of thing. So I'm just going to, make sure that it gets a little bit of a kind of a stand so that in case there's something around it that is by it, I want it to at least have a little bit of a platform to, if it falls over, we don't want it to, we don't want the embarrassing, the craft, ooh, there we go. We don't want our craft to fall apart. So that would be embarrassing in the middle of a party, I think. So are you guys doing that? Let me know if you guys are doing anything for the new year. Are you guys going to be cooking, or are you going to be celebrating? I know the older we get, it's like, well, should I bring in the new year or should I sleep in the new year? So this year we have decided to bring in the new year. There we go. So I just got these little ornaments. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. I got them at the dollar store. And like I said, the last project, if you remember, I used these for the gnome's nose, and I painted it flesh color, and it worked out really good because I have some wooden beads, but they weren't as big. So the next best thing. All right, one more. Okay, so I'm gonna let this just sit for a minute because I want the glue to set up. Look at how perfect that turned out. Okay, so now there's my tree that I'm gonna put on there. Okay, and then here we go. I will let that set up for just a second, and then I'll put it back on our table scape and start going. The next thing I'm gonna do, this is from the dollar store. It is a vase, and you can see it looks a little bit of tarnished. I've used it quite a few times, and so I wanna do a little bit of a redesign on it so that it's, yeah, we don't want anything to go in there and have it look like that. So what I'm gonna do, I kind of had a little bit of thought in mind, and I've used these before. These are just rows of gems that are all glued together. And so I got this at Walmart, and they come in these packages. They have several different sizes. Look at this one. These are a little bit smaller, and I've used those on trays. This one here, sorry for the crinkling noise, but this one here, they're pretty large, and I actually used them. We were Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head for Halloween, and I used these for her earrings. She had drop earrings that went down, so they were super cute. But, and they're quite sticky, so I don't have to worry about putting glue on them on this project because they are all ready to go as far as stickiness. So let me take and open this up. I'm going to use my scissors. I'm just going to cut it open because it's stuck together, and I'm not sure why. But, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to actually just make sure, I want to use a couple of the lines, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut it right down the side. I'm going to do 4 there, and I'm going to do another 4. Okay, and so super easy. I'm just gonna pull this back. See how I got the little lines there? And I'm gonna put it on where I wanna start. And make sure that where you want it is straight up and down. And then I'm just gonna go for it. And you can take these off. I'm gonna try and do it so you guys can see it. But all I'm doing is just pushing down on the gems and then just pulling back on this little white or clear tape. So how easy is that? So Walmart and dollar store. And just see there, it got a little bit low, so I'm gonna pull it back up. And the good thing about this is that if you don't wanna use this all the way, that, you know, if you only want to use this for New Year's and that's it and you're done, these come off quite easily. So there's a little bit of a line there, so I'm going to take, this is some extra. I always kind of keep the extra, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we are just going to take it and put it down the back. It looks like only 3 of them are looking like they need. So I'm going to take off that one. And see how they're just stuck together? I just love it. Let me know if you have used these before. There we go. There. And so now it is all ready. Okay, so here's the top. And now we're going to do the bottom part. I can just lay it on its side as well. If I wanted to, I could totally just bling this whole thing up. I mean, it would be super cute to be able to have it all sparkly. But for what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna put some of the black glitter on the paper on it. There we go. Okay, see there's a little bit of a line. So I will go ahead and actually, I'm gonna do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, there's one that's hanging out there. We'll cut this off. And then this one here, I can actually just put these on. We'll just put it down there. How simple is that? Let me know what colors you would be using. I can see this in pink for Valentine's Day. What about using, filling it up with something blue for winter? I think that would be really neat to do. And because these are $1, I mean, you could have a ton of them around your house. But, okay, so there's the start. And then this here, I was just, these are the little hole punches from the tree, but I was just gonna show you, I'm gonna take, and all I'm gonna do is just do one little strip because I'm gonna put it in the middle and keeping on with my theme. Just because I wanna keep this black and silver and gold theme going. And how I'm gonna do this is I'm not going to hot glue the glass because I wanna be able to reuse this. So I'm gonna push it as tight as I can together. Make sure that it is lined up. Let me do this again so I can see. There we go, lined up. I'm gonna trim a little bit off here. There we go. So that's what it's gonna look like for right now. Okay, let's see, is this ready? Yep, this is ready. So we're gonna put this over here. And there is the starting. There's the starting of our little tablescape. I might even just go ahead and put that little tree up on a little pedestal or something like that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is now my centerpiece. And I have this little fluffy here. I made it, I think for like, I wanna say it originally was a sash for one of my daughter's play outfits or something like that. And so I just fluffed it up into a round ball, tied it with a piece of jute wire, and I'm just gonna stick this in here. Okay, so here is just, I don't want to put rocks in it. I want to make sure that it looks so whimsical and light and fluffy. So we're going to do that. And then, let me get him here, the beautiful reveal. These are glitter just pieces of wood, and they're swirly. So I'm going to pull them apart a little bit. I know because of the video, you won't be able to see every piece all over, but we're going to pull a few of these apart. And then we are just gonna start sticking them in here. And the cool thing is about this little fluffy is it makes its own little gravel kind of thing where it keeps these pieces of wood right in place. And I'll pull it up a little bit. So we're gonna have this big, long high tablescape. And what I love about it is you can see through it. Sometimes when you get tablescapes and lots of flowers and different things, you aren't able to you're looking through and trying to be able to talk with your guests and things like that. So I just wanted to make sure that we were able to see each other. So I will bring it down just for a second so you can see the swirlies. So there we go. This is going to be in the middle here. And then go ahead and make sure that little puff ball there, if you want to pull things up and move things around and how you want to do that. So I'm going to put that right there. There we go. Okay, so there's my main attraction. And like I said, I'm sorry we won't be able to see the whole thing. I will take my little video there and I will show you at the end what it looks like. But okay, so now we are on to a little bit of embellishments. And so today I'm going to use these. I got these at the dollar store and they're super cute. They can light up a little bit. It's like pink and green, and you know, because of the lighting you won't be able to see it as well. But they're beautiful in and of itself. But I need to bling it up a little bit. So I'm going to take some just Christmas glitter ribbon, and keeping on with my theme, all I'm going to do is just take a little bit of glue, run it along the side here, and make sure that it is stuck on here. We don't, like I said, we don't want a crafting nightmare and end up having it fall apart. So just go ahead and make sure that you can put it on the edge there, and it just kind of gives it that little finished, I always do a diagonal when I cut things like that. It just gives it a little bit of a finished look to be able to do that. So there we have it. We're going to do it on all 3 of these because I'm going to actually put them around by the Christmas tree that I'm going to use. And I have a big 8-foot table, so this tablescape, it's going to be quite long and tall, but having an 8-foot table, it will be okay. It won't dwarf the table, so I'm very happy about that. Oh, I'm a lefty, but I can cut with both right and left, so sometimes my scissors aren't that great. Okay, one more, we'll do that. And, oh, let me see here. Let's make sure we get the right size. There we go. Let me see what's going on. Yep, it looks like we've got some watching from Washington. Let me know where you're watching from. This is one of those things where I love to be able to go live because all over we can connect no matter what state we're in, no matter where we're at. And the time of day, I know 10 o'clock is probably one of those not so great for everybody. So if you are watching on the replay, go ahead and hit replay, #replay, and that lets me know when you're watching. And also, you know what, feel free to comment and let me know where you're watching from. And if you have any questions and things like that along the video, any suggestions of, hey, I would do it this way. I would love to do the community of, you know, just being able to chat with other people around the globe and to share our ideas, because everybody's crafting journey is different in each way. And so I want to be able to help you all in your crafting journey. So there we go. Okay, I'm looking and I think I'm going to decide I might want to put my little, my tree up because it's hiding behind the Happy New Year sign. So let me show you what I just have in mind here. This right here, it's a little bowl, and I got just the bowl at a thrift store, and then I this is a candlestick, and I glued the candlestick. Let me show you what glue, because there's so many things that I thought, you know what, I'm going to try this, that, and the other. And some of them were successful, and some of them were an epic fail. So this is the glue I use. You can take a screenshot and be able to look at it better, but this is glass glue from Loctite, and I have used this on trays and things like that when I want to put and adhere glass to glass. I got this at Walmart, and you put it on a few drops and then you let it set up, and then it's there. I'm not going to yank on it, but this is one of those where I feel pretty confident that this will stay here. You can do some of them that unfortunately, it is a crafter's nightmare to flip my camera. So you're gonna have to take a screenshot of it and read it backwards. It is harder to be able to do that because I'm on a cell phone. So I'm sorry I can't flip my words around back and forth, but yes. Anyway, okay, so this is what I'm gonna use. I think this will fit. And then I'm just gonna put it in there. So now I will show you up close here. Look at how cute that is. It'll give them just a little bit of a height, and then I think that looks awesome. So, okay, on to the next thing. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna give our background a little bit of texture. And so what I did is, these are 3 little clothespins. I used them for all sorts of decorating and when I go and do business things. When I sold Close to My Heart, I'd use them at street fairs and things like that. So I just kept them. I'm one of those crafters where, you know, if you haven't used it in a year, I don't believe in throwing it out because, oh, let's see, I did, what do you call it? Scrapbooking, let's see, probably like 8 years ago. And so I still have them. So I really, you know, there is some amount of saying, yes, go ahead and throw it out if you haven't used it in a year, but you know what? I'm a keeper. My husband doesn't like it all the time, but there are ones that in my crafting industry things, my scrapbooking goes over to my card making, that goes over to my, even my t-shirt business. I use a lot of my Cricut there, back there is from my scrapbooking. So anyway, on that note, don't throw it away. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna use. I just went to Walmart and these are 3 little fans that I got. And I'm gonna take them, just flip them out, and I will show you in just a second. There we go. And I'm gonna leave that on there because maybe, you know, I may use this again at either a birthday party. I'm a huge birthday party fan of doing a theme and things like that. So I'm gonna put these on each of, I have 3 of these little fans. So I will go ahead and put those on there, and then that'll kind of be my background. Oops, wrong one, picked it. And like I said, I just clipped in the back of it. So how simple and easy is that? Be able to do that. There we go. Okay. So pretty simple, I think. But it'll give just another little dimension to our tablescape. So I'm going to set it right back here. And we're going to put another one over here. There we go. Okay, now this is going to be super fun. Let's see here. I went and beforehand, just so you didn't have to watch me, but I did on my Cricut, I put in the year, and so I'm going to just lightly put that on there, make sure I get the right, there we go. I'm sorry it is backwards, but we are just gonna, I'm just gonna put a little tiny dot, and I'm gonna leave and put it on the foil part, so that in the future, if I want to take these off, I don't only have to use this little piece, the little fan once. Okay. There we go. Make sure it's a little, so there we go. We're going to put this in the back here as well. Let's move this out. There we go. Isn't this coming along beautifully? I love it. We will now, we have 2 more things left that I would love to show you. When I do a tablescape, I like to make sure that everybody in the tablescape or that is sitting there is felt like I have given them a personal touch of every time that they're here, that they are felt that around my table, they are honored and valued and things like that. So I like to either do something that you can take away, or when you look at your tablescape, you know that I personally invited and want you there. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for my guests this time. This is just a Chinette clear piece of, you know, this is a plate, not anything big. You know, I could put a charger on it, which I have silver chargers. I will most likely, this is my extra one that's down here. I will do that, but I think it needs a little bit of pizzazz, don't you? So what I'm going to do is I took my Cricut and I cut out the year in vinyl, And I just was trying to think of, okay, if you have a plate and you put vinyl and different things on it, what is that going to look like? And you want to make sure that, because I'm going to be serving soup and salad, that you wouldn't want to put vinyl on this side. You would want to put or do something on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over, and this is what I did. I took white vinyl and I mirrored it. So when I put this down and you look at it, it's going to be right for you. So we're going to do that for, and I did this so that when you look at it, you can see it. So I won't do this on all of them because they're backwards. Good morning, Amy. It is so good to see that you're watching. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So how I did this is I just cut it out on vinyl, and this is indoor vinyl. I didn't do outdoor because outdoor is a little bit more stickier, and I wanted to have a little bit of grace moving things around. So, and then this right here is just, this is duct tape, it's counter clear. And if you want to go, I think I got this at Big Lots, and you get it in a big roll. And I like this because Cricut has transfer tape that is really sticky, and sometimes I want to be able to move and mold my objects that I'm going to be placing down on things. And so this gives it a little bit more of a leeway. If you want to make sure that it is exactly where you want it to go, then I would say yes, do that for that purpose. So I just pick this up and I'm going to put it right down on here, and go ahead and just give it a little rub so that adhering, so that you can make sure that your vinyl comes off right there. And so I'm going to take my china plate here, flip it upside down, make sure I get all my other stuff on there, and then I'm just going to peel it up. And just make sure I have a little, this is from Cricut. This is their, hold on, I got lots of glue for my tree. I just make sure that I pick it up with my Cricut weeding tool. There we go. And make sure that it sticks. Sometimes this is not as sticky as like the Cricut, which I am okay with. Sometimes I don't want my vinyl to stick that much, but I'm going to go ahead and peel this back, making sure that it's all on there. Okay, so there we go. I'm ready. So I actually, the china, I can't get away from, it's sitting right there, but I'm okay with that. I do want to make sure the china is straight, so that it's, yeah, I know it's there, but okay. So now I'm just going to push it down, give it a little bit, because this is a plastic plate, I wouldn't push too hard, but you want to make sure that it stays. And then I pull it back at a 45-degree angle, making sure that your images go down. And this image here, this is pretty thick, so I'm not really worried about pulling it too fast because there's not tiny little lines. Okay, so look at, yay. So there we go. So when your guest looks at it, you're going to be looking at the 2022. Okay, so to be able to make it more of like Jane Nicole, a little bit sparkly and things like that, I'm going to go ahead, and because it is the back of the plate and we're not going to be eating off of that side, I am going to put a little bit of sparkly glitter on it. And this right here, it is called Glitterific. It is from Folk Art, and I got it at Walmart. Today is my Walmart day. I think I got most of my stuff at Walmart. But I'm just going to go ahead. This is my glitter paintbrush. I only use it for glitter, but I'm going to go ahead and just paint right over the back. And this is chunky glitter. I'll show you. See how it's a little bit chunky, and that is okay. I'm just going to go all the way over everything. And if I wanted to And if you want to be able to hand wash this, I'm not going to for time's sake, but I will show it to you. Mod Podge has a dishwasher safe adhesive. So you're going to go ahead and put this on there, and then you can actually hand wash it. Now, I have tried a couple times, and you can comment in the section there. Have you been able to keep the Mod Podge while it goes through the dishwasher? I've had several projects that I put the Mod Podge on, and it stayed on the vinyl part, but it didn't stay on, like I did a cup, and it did not stay on the cup. The cup, it washed off. So if you have a better idea of what I should do to be able to keep that going and keep that Mod Podge through the dishwasher, I just recommend for most of my projects that I do like that you just hand wash it. But I do put that dishwasher safe on because it does keep that on there. Okay, so you see how that is? And now if you look at it, it's going to be sparkly. And if you take your charger, and of course I'm not going to put it on there because I don't want to get too much, but it'll just give it a little bit of a sparkle. Isn't that cool? I am so excited. I cannot wait. And it doesn't mean that my guests have to know all my little things that I've done to make their meal here cool. It's just my my gift of just kind of keeping the theme going and making sure that each person feels special when they come to my house. Okay, so now the last thing I have, just plain old napkins. I'm not a huge, I just got from one of my girlfriends a pack of quite a few of the fabric napkins, but I am a paper napkin gal. So I'm gonna actually just fold it in half and look like a Christmas tree a little bit. And then I'm gonna take my piece of paper here, and I'm just gonna cut, let's see, about an inch. If you wanted to, I'm not gonna run and get it, but I do have a 12-inch cutter, but you know what, for what we're doing here, I think it's fine. And I'm just gonna fold it over. And I wanna make sure that I have a little bit of room in it so that I'd like to put my silverware in the inside of it. So go ahead and just take a little piece of paper. There we go. I have a circle here, and then I'm going to put my other one in there. So we'll put a little dot of glue on there. Another one, and then I will show you. There we go. If I wanted to, some of them I actually put their names on it, but we're just putting a little bling on, and then I'm going to take the largest gem, and I'm going to pull this apart, and we're just going to put a gem on it just to keep the pretty flashy. There we go. How simple is that? And how easy is that to be able just to give your tablescape a little bit of extra bling? So we're gonna be doing soup and salad. So I want each of my guests to know that they can slurp with their spoon, eat with their salad, a fork. Okay. You see that? Isn't that beautiful? You could even do this so when they pop it up like that, they can see what the thing is on the bottom there. So this is what my tablescape is going to look like. Let me bring down a couple of the other things, and we'll just do a little bit of a mock-up. I do have a black tablecloth that I'm going to put over the whole thing, put my charger down, and then my plate. do that, and I think that would be beautiful. It'd be also, these are little extra ones here I can put and make sure that there's, you know, just a little bit of bling here and there. Use that on my table scape. When this is over, I will go ahead and put this all together, and I will post a picture at the top of the comments so that you can see my actual finished project. But isn't that super fun? It took me a few minutes to be able to put this all together, but I just wanted to show you how quick and easy, with a few pieces of paper, a little bit of a little sparkle there, but to be able to put together a party in minutes. Let me know if you are going to be doing that. I would love to see pictures of what you're doing for New Year's. Let me know how your Christmas went. Like I said, I do go back and read and be a part of all the comments and things like that. So feel free to be able to let me know how you're doing. The other thing too is I would love it if you would share, like I would want to make sure that this kind of community and things like that grows. Your crafting journey, let's see where you're at, and to be able to do that. So if you're looking and you see my J. Nicole Designs, where it is in my Etsy shop at jnicoledesigns.com. I am also on Instagram. I do have a YouTube channel that I post videos of what I'm doing from time to time that are more instructional, and but I just wanted to say thank you so much. I pray that you have a blessed new year. In the comments, let me know if you have a New Year's resolution. I know it's kind of one of those where we feel like, oh, we shouldn't do it, but you know what? It's always good to have a goal. And if it's a crafting goal, that's awesome. I'd love to be able to hear it. So thank you so much for joining me today. I pray that you have a blessed day and enjoy the crafting journey. We'll see you later. Thanks.